Oh, and everybody mute themselves. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody across the globe. This is Move Easy Yoga Online with Via, and it is, it's the 15th of August. I have a full screen and it doesn't tell me, so I had to look at my phone. We're going to start in the regular fashion. Kathy's on the floor, supine. You should be too. Just watching your breath. If you're not muted, I'm going to mute you. Okay. Just breathing in and breathing out. Maybe a big sigh. You're here, you've arrived. The highlight of your day. Joining with other like-minded movers. Hello, Tarumi.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're here on the floor, watching breath. Just the opening warm up. I'm gonna, yeah. See if you can notice that your entire back is supported by the floor. Think about why you're here. Oh, I didn't spotlight Kathy. I thought I spotlighted her, but I just pinned her. So thank you. Now I've got to, I've got to find her now. There you are. Spotlight. There. Thank you, Caitlin. What would I do without you? How could I do without you? Go ahead and put your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers or stack your hands, either one, whichever is comfortable. And if bringing your arms behind you, your head is uncomfortable, you could put your arms at your side or on your belly. The idea is to keep your head from moving except for your eyeballs. And then with your eyes open or closed, shift your eyeballs to the right. And wait for a swallow, yawn, sigh, or gulp. Come back to center. Eyeballs shift to the left. And wait again for an involuntary sigh, yawn, swallow, or gulp. Just nudging the vagus nerve to reset itself to the restore, relax, healing side of the nervous system. And come back to center and repeat this 2 more sets without my cueing. Right, left, right, left. And then when you're finished, keep your hands where they are, and we'll do head ramping, pressing the back of the skull, the back of the base of the skull into your hands, into the floor, and then pausing and breathing for a couple breaths and then releasing. And just explore. This is an exploratory visit to the cervical spine. Repeating this, if you have rounded or forward neck, I recommend doing this movement every hour during the day. Doing it a couple times, 4, 5, or 6 reps. And you could do it seated. You could still put your hands behind your head, press back into your hands. This creates traction also for the cervical spines. Traction and creates strength. And some mobility. Bring your hands beside your hips. We're going to do Viloma breathing. If you like another breathing pattern better, go ahead and do that. But I'm going to coach Viloma breathing because I'm very fond of it right now. In Viloma breathing, on your inhale, you divide the inhale into 3 parts. You inhale, fill up 1/3 of the lungs, pause. Inhale, fill up the second third, pause. Inhale, fill up the entire lungs, the last third, and then pause, and then exhale fully, the whole, just one complete exhale. And repeat. And one more breath. I think Viloma breathing is a breathing, if someone has COVID, I would recommend Viloma breathing to them. Teach them this breath, simple breath. We're going to go to hypopressives and do a classic hypopressive. So the knees are bent, the toes are toward the ceiling, the heels are on the floor. That engages, increases the engagement of the pelvic floor when you dorsiflex your feet like that. The arms come up over the armpits like you're hugging a tree. Flip your hands towards the ceiling. Press the hands into the ceiling and press your scapula into the floor. So you've activated your arms. And from there, we're going to take 3 breaths, and I'll cue them. And then after the 3rd breath, make sure the 3rd breath exhale is really complete. After the 3rd breath, you're going to hold your breath out. You can imagine spreading the rib cage and scooping the belly. And hold for 10 counts. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath, inhale. Exhale. All the way out. No breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go ahead and inhale and exhale. Bring your arms beside you. Extend your legs. We'll do an extended leg version of hypopressives. The right ankle over the left. Arms up over the chest. And then stacking the left hand on top of the right. Now bring your arms, straighten your arms, bring them overhead.
With the right hand?
Let's see, the right foot and then the left hand.
Oh, you're right, sorry.
Opposites, yeah. And then bring it over. Straighten your arms if you can. And stay here 3 breaths. I'm going to cue the breaths and then I'll cue a 10 count holding no breath. Inhale. And exhale, yeah, your feet are flexed. Inhale, dorsiflex. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, last exhale, make it complete. Counting, hold your breath out, no breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And inhale and exhale, switch legs, left over right. And then when you stack your hands, the left hand is on top. No, left leg and then the right hand, sorry. And then arms overhead. Kathy said, shall I follow her when she makes a mistake? Okay. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath, inhale. Exhale, all the way out. Hold your breath out, no breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And just let everything go. We're going to move on. That was the warm-up or the introduction, which we do, looks pretty much the same, almost the same. Go ahead and grab your strap. We're going to do supine leg stretch, timed so that it's building rebuilding bone density in the hip and the femur, hip socket and the femur. So the right leg comes up to the ceiling, starting with the right leg. Put a strap around that foot. And pull the foot, keep the pelvis on the floor, so you're not rounding the buttocks up. Keep the pelvis on the floor, pull on the strap, and we'll stay here and breathe. And just, your leg can be bent or straight, your other leg can be bent or straight. This does other things besides build new bone, so it's a really nice hip opener. Go ahead and stay on this side, hold on to your strap. So your arms are straight, hold on to your strap with your right hand, both sides of the strap, and drop your leg out to the right. It doesn't have to go all the way to the floor, and you don't want to move your hip. Your hip should stay even or almost even. This is hard to do on the other side. And just stay here and breathe. If you want to, you can make a tug and pull your foot a little closer to your ear. And come on back and switch sides. Put your strap on your other side. Other leg. And leg is toward the ceiling. Just pulling on the strap with straight arms. So you might need to climb up your strap a bit. So you get some shoulder work too. And just breathing and waiting for 30 seconds. That allows the osteocytes to start to work to build new bone. It takes 12 to 72 seconds for the osteophytes to kick in. And now go ahead and take your leg out to the left. Keep your hips even on the floor and breathe. "30 seconds. The leg does not have to meet the floor, the leg that's out to the left. And you shouldn't really put it on anything either, because that would diminish the bone building function of this stretch. This would be another. Okay, come on back. Come on back and find your therapy balls. We're gonna do a hip opener with focusing on the obturator internus, which is a little muscle that's at the bottom of the glutes, and it connects also to the pelvis. So it does a couple of things, but you're gonna put your ball, lie on your back supine, and put therapy balls. It could be either big or little. If it's little, you might want to have it on a brick, a little set of balls, a small balls. Or not. Some of this is personal preference, but you're going to put that right across your buttocks, almost at the tailbone, but not on the tailbone. So just above the tailbone. Place your balls, and then after you place them there, remember, not on the tailbone, just on the muscles just above the tailbone. Then you're going to bring your legs up into tabletop, into a 90-degree, nice. And then open and close, slowly open and then close. And open and close. So one of the things that may happen, because this is a muscle that doesn't get exercised very much, which is why we're doing it, is that your legs may start shaking actually. And that's okay. Go ahead and do this about 10 times. 9 or 10 times, magic 9. And slowly, and just know that you're working some of the hip muscles, but this particular hip muscle is the only one that also attaches to the pelvic floor. So it's an interesting little muscle to work on. Go ahead and I think 9 is, you're already done with 9. And now come up to standing, and we're going to do, you need a pen, and you need to write on your foot, Kathy, because we're going to do the footwork. Standing footwork. Just remember, if you can't stand, if you're having ankle issues and it's hard for you to stand, you could do this seated. Or if one of your ankles is hurt, which I think is true of 2 people in this room right now, you could stand for the one that wasn't hurting, and then.
Okay, hold on. I want you to see my foot as I do it.
Okay,
So one is,
Yeah, in the middle there. One is in the middle below the mound, that little metatarsal mound. Okay, and then below in the middle, 2. And then below that, over by the heel, in front of the heel, 3. And then the outside is 4, outside of the center, outside of the foot. And then inside center is 5. And then 6 is just below the big toe mound. So everybody look at that and then find one therapy ball, a small one, not the big alpha ones. Not everybody has alphas, although I recommend them. They are a wonderful investment, and well, they're more expensive those. So I think the small balls are a plus size, about $15 or $16, but the alphas are like 25 or 26, or maybe 27.
okay, hold on a second.
So remember, you're not rolling over the ball. All you're doing is pressing the ball, pressing on the ball so that the ball is pressing up into the fascia, including the plantar fascia, by the way, of the foot. So let's start on the right side. And the first point is just below the metatarsal mounds. The heel is still on the floor. And I am going to, I'm going to time this, although I didn't get it together to time here. So I'm going to time it, let's say 12 seconds the next time. So go ahead and go, I think we've done 12 here, but go ahead and go to number 2, which is directly below number 1. And then stay here and breathe and press. Do you want to see if you can try to contract the muscles and then relax them over the ball? You can do that too. Otherwise, just compression is good. Down one more, just in front of the heel, the calcaneus. Press, hold, breathe. Come back to the center and then to the outside of the center, the outside edge of the center, which might be a little sensitive for some people. Press and breathe. And now to the inside, so across the foot in the middle of the arch, and to the inside of the foot. This might also be a little sensitive. Now my mentor, my foot mentor, Emily Splitchell, would have you spend 5 minutes a day on these movements. The last one is just below the big toe mounds. Switch sides, everybody. Go to the left foot. Position number 1 is just below the metatarsal mound. That's at the front of the foot, just underneath that. And then come back and take it below, just below that in the center of the plantar arch. Press, breathe, wait, enjoy. And the next one is just below that. So 1, 2, 3, in front of the heel, calcaneus. Number 4 is back to the center of the arch and then go to the outside of the foot. Oh, is that right? Yes, it is. Now to the inside, all the way across to the inside of the foot, but at the otherwise at the same location in the center there. And then the last one is just below the left toe, left big toe mound. And there you have it, the 6-point foot release with therapy balls. We're going to go to a seated chair position. I hope your chair has something you can hold on to, either on the back, along the back of the chair, because we're going to do a back bend at the chair. We'll do a back bend at the wall later on too, because I'm fond of back bends now, this kind of back bend. Sit tall. You might even want to sit a little away from the back of the chair. And then, so we're going to sit tall and then bring your hands behind you to hold on to the back of the chair. Bring your straight arms behind you and hold on. Yes, and then open the chest. And open the chest. You can lift your head if you want, or keep it there. It doesn't matter. That's not as important as the open chest. So open the chest. Keep you're straight up. So you really, Kathy, you should try sitting tall, good posture first. And now the chest moves up, but there's still good posture. So don't lean back have your arms help you come forward with your chest. Forward, the chest is forward and up. That's better, I think. So you feel this in the back. I actually should probably have timed it, but I didn't. 30 seconds. This is the back building, the bone building exercise. So we want to hold it for a little while, and then go ahead and come out of it, wiggle around, and then come back into it. We'll hold it for 30 seconds.
Let me readjust just a little. You might see it better.
So your chair is going to be different than Kathy's chair, probably. So remember, maintain your good posture, and then lift the chest and use the arms to open the chest. And I'm going to start the timer. This is a bone building. This builds bone in the thoracic spine, which is actually the first place that becomes thin and is at risk for compression fractures. I can tell you all about it. Parvin can tell you all about when I was living at her house with that injury. Okay. All right. The next thing we're going to do is with a strap, shoulder strap. We're going to do some shoulder stretches with a strap in the chair, or you could be standing if you're tired of sitting, but the next set is also standing. So this is why I did a seated, chair seated was for a respite. Bring your arms out by your knees, about shoulder width apart, with the strap in between the hands, holding onto the strap. And as you go up, you're gonna, so sitting tall, bring your arms overhead by your ears and behind you. And as you go behind you, you may wanna spread, your hands. So the strap, the distance of strap you're using changes. And bring your arms back as far as you can behind you with the strap and pull on it and hold. And then come on back. And now you have to cinch up again on the strap so you have it in front of you again. Let's do that one more time. Up and over, and the strap gets longer between your hands, and your arms can go down behind you as far as you can get them. This is really nice. You may feel some chest opening here even. But it's not exactly the same as we were doing on the chair. So come on back, up and over, down to the front. The next thing you're going to do is come on up overhead, arms overhead with the strap, and now side bending. So keeping the hips even on the chair, and bending, you letting the strap help, the tension on the strap help you bend. And just stay here and breathe. And then come back and go to the other side. This is a side bend, and you're using the tension on the strap to help with the bend, but keep your hips and your sits bones even on the chair. Very nice. I actually probably should time these. I'm going to research this, but I think side bends like this are also bone building if you time them. Come on up. Now this time we're going to do shoulder flossing. So Kathy's going to keep her right hand high and take the left hand behind her. You're still on the strap. Keep both hands straight. So straighten the top arm, Kathy. Yep. So this should feel, I hope it feels good. And then just switch sides. Left arm up, right arm behind the shoulder. And just go between, hold for a couple breaths and then switch to the other side. Just floss like a floss. Flossing, flossing, flossing. Switch. And switch. Come on back and let go of the strap. And come into a figure four with your right leg. So the right leg comes up, crosses over. And I just want you to do ankle, in good posture, just do ankle circles. And I want to be sure that you're using you're moving at the ankle rather than at the front of the foot. In both directions, about 9, magic 9, both directions. So this is a hip opener and an ankle stretch and strengthen. And then whenever you're finished, bring that leg down to the floor and bring the other leg up. And ankle circles. There's so many different places to do ankle circles. I hope you do them a lot. They help with balance. If anyone ever measures bone building, and well, you'd probably want to hold. So maybe not bone building, but strengthening and creating stability and mobility in the ankle. When you've done both sides, come up to standing with your half round, or if you don't have a half round, although I recommend you get one, they're not very expensive. And they, mainly I only use them for this one ankle stretch and for just plain calf stretches, but there's lots of different ways you can use them in your practice. Kathy can't find her.
Oh, I know where it is. I was just trying to figure out what's the best way to show it.
Oh,
No, I do that a lot.
The production.
Yeah.
The production aspect. So you may need to be near a wall or a chair.
That's what I was thinking was I had to.
And you're going to face, the half round is in front of you, and you're going to put the right foot, the top of the right foot, the front of the right foot on the left side of so even closer to the left, I think, a little bit. That's just so that now Kathy's not going to, we'll show them first. So you can put your feet parallel, but Kathy's going to put hers back so you can see what she's doing. But you can put your feet parallel or almost parallel when you've brought your right foot to the left edge of the half round. From here, so this is already a great calf stretch. But from here, you're going to go ahead and forward flex with your ankle, not your knee. And it's just do it about 6 times. Forward flexion. And this is a great way to create mobility and flexibility and stability in the ankle. When you're finished with 6, then go to the right. So you're still flexing forward, but a little bit, the ankle is a little bit to the right. The flexion is a little bit to the right, to the outside of the foot. I should say outside because otherwise one of us might get mixed up. And it could be me.
It would be me.
So it's the same movement. You're not involving the knee. If the knee the knee comes forward because of the ankle flexion, but it's not it's not the activity that you're aiming for. It's the follow. And after you've done about 6, go ahead and start, you guessed it, to the inside. So it's a flexion. Can you move your foot back a little bit, Kathy, so that your toes are on the top, also on the top?
Oh.
Move your foot. Yes, so you're there. I think that's better. Okay, now flexion, but this time towards the inside of the foot. Ankle flexion towards the inside of the foot, 6 times. Slow and easy. Let your ankle enjoy this. If this bothers you to be standing and you have an ankle issue, you could do this probably on your chair, on the chair, seated on the chair. Whenever you're done with 6, switch sides.
Sorry.
So show them how they could have parallel feet, Kathy. So when you're doing this, you could have parallel feet. But
Yeah.
Kathy's going to move her right foot back so you can see what her left foot is doing.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm doing that.
Okay, so now just it's a forward flexion with the ankle. So about 6 times. So keep the flexion and the ankle. It's not about the knee. The knee will come forward as you flex, but it doesn't initiate this movement. This is all about the ankle. And then when you're done with 6, go ahead and move it to the outside of the foot. So the flexion goes on an angle this time to the outside of the foot. It's smaller. It's not as big a range of motion. Some people will have, if people have ankle issues, all of these will be very small movements. But what you're doing is inviting the ankle to become more stronger, but also more mobile. When you're done, go ahead and take this movement to the inside of the foot. And whenever you're finished, put the half round away, come to the wall for a back bend at the wall with arms overhead. You don't want to stand a little bit away from the wall to give yourself room to open your chest. And we're going to time this. This is another back bending. This is another bone building movement. So stand in good posture to start. You need to leave enough room between you and the wall to bring your arms overhead, palms on the wall, and chest open. So opening the chest, pressing the chest forward, and I'll time for 30 seconds. Your head, you want your head to be comfortable. So maybe it feels good to take your chin towards the ceiling. Maybe it feels good to drop your chin a little bit. The head and the cervical spine is not the issue. The issue is the thoracic spine. Opening the chest. And come back out of that. Wiggle a little bit. If you need to, shrug your shoulders and come back up again for another one. Now this I recommend you do for homework every time you pass a wall and are inspired to do so. Just open the chest, feel the chest open, push the chest. Use the hands on the wall to push the chest out and forward. And come on out of it, wiggle and stretch. We're going to do a side bend, a spine twist at the wall. Sorry, not a side bend. We already did a side bend with straps, shoulder straps. So this time your shoulder is going to be next to the wall, not your back, your shoulder. Let's start with the right shoulder up against the wall. And then step forward with your right foot and backward with your left. And your left foot is a little bit out, and the heel of the right foot is directly in front of the arch of the left foot. See if you can find that. And it can be bigger than that, than Kathy's, or find your own stance. Because what I'm going to ask you to do is keep your hips, the ASIS forward, yes, there, and then bring your arms, twist around toward the wall with your arms. Your arms can be in cactus pose. Start with them in cactus pose. And now arms face the wall. Now you might be too far away from the wall, Kathy. So make it a little closer. This one, unlike the one we just did, you might want to be close to the wall. And then the elbows can drop a little bit, and we're gonna time. So the SIS, the hip bones are looking forward. This is a spinal twist. It's a really important movement for a lot of things, including bone building, which of course is my new focus or a new conversation. This also works on the hips, as you can imagine. So go ahead and go to the other side. Wiggle stretch. Left foot forward. The right foot is behind, and then the arch of the back foot is lined up with the heel of the front foot. Find your stance. Come into cactus arms and twist and bring your arms to the wall. Kathy's a little too far away from the wall again, I think. Maybe you need to be right on the wall. I'm gonna have to. And then, so you should feel a twist in the thoracic spine and keep the hips forward. And I didn't start yet, but oh well, we gave the osteocytes a few more seconds to create new bone. The minute the osteocytes kick in, they start building new bone. Magic. You could do this on your homework too, whenever you passed a wall. Go ahead and come down to the floor, onto your belly, prone. First thing I want you to do is what I call elbow propping. It's similar to some yoga moves. You're just going to lie on your belly. Remember, if you have a sensitive pubic bone like I do, you would want to put a towel or a blanket underneath your pubic bone whenever you're prone. You're up on your elbows, elbow propping, and opening your chest. And I want you to do 9 Viloma breaths. So this is an amazing place to be breathing from. It's probably gives you the most expansion in your diaphragm and your lungs. And just Viloma breath. You could do any breath if you don't like Viloma. If you feel this in your in your lower back, lumbar, then you need to change your position, drop a little bit, crawl a little bit forward. Do something to take this into the upper back and out of the lower back. You might even then want to put a blanket underneath your hips, in front of your hips. Just so you know, this is about the thoracic spine, not the lumbar. And then whenever you're finished, just come down onto the floor. We're going to do a back extension here. Your arms by your hips, palms up. We're going to do level 1 and level 2. Level 1 is the arms beside the hips, stay beside the hips. Level 2, you come into airplane with your arms out in a T. So take an inhale to prepare, and then exhale, lift arms, chest, head. You can drop your chin a little, Kathy. Try to think of your cervical spine as in a long line with the lumbar and the thoracic spine. Take another breath and inhale to prepare and exhale to return to the floor. Nice work. This actually I should have timed it, could have timed it, but also it creates new bone, but it also strengthens the muscles along the side of the upper spine. Okay, we're going to do level 1 and 2 now. Take an inhale to prepare and an exhale to lift. And stay here and inhale to prepare for airplane. And exhale the arms out to the side. Let's see if you can stay for 30 seconds. Come down if you need to. Remember the osteophytes, some of them kick in at 12. So, but stay up if you can. We're going to try to stay up for 30 seconds. We won't do it again. I mean, not today. Seven seconds left. And come on down, inhale, and then exhale. Come on down. Very nice. Bring your arms out into a T for the thoracic stretch, twist. With your arms out in a T and keeping your arms and your armpits and your shoulders on the floor, look to the right and then take your right leg up and across behind the other leg. Your hips can move, the shoulders stay in one place. Stay here and breathe. Sometimes when I think about all of the like this pose, I think this could be a timed bone building pose too, but we're not timing it today. Come on back, look left, the left leg comes up, the left leg goes over behind the back leg. You could bend your knee if you want. Your hips can come way up. You're just trying to create, if this bothers your lower back, you have to make the movement smaller, because this is all about creating mobility in the upper back. So come on back and do one more. Look right, lift. The right leg over the left. Keep the shoulders on the floor. Breathe. And then finish that and come to switch sides. Look left. Left leg up and over. Very nice. Come on back. Find your way onto your back supine in a comfortable, warm position so that I can guide you through the 61-point guided yoga Nidra meditation. I'm going to shut the camera off because I don't like to watch myself talking in that way. You could put a blanket over your body. You could put a washcloth over your eyes so that to allow your eyes to rest in the sockets. Just start to notice your breath. Your legs can be bent or straight. You may want to put a blanket, underneath your knees. So now we'll start. Notice your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. The abdomen rises and falls. Now bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, left elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. That completes the 61-point guided yoga nidra meditation. Go ahead and come back to the room. Bring your attention back to your body and the room around you. Extend your legs and bring your arms overhead. Stretch in both directions. Try to create a little bit of extra space between your pelvis and your rib cage. Wiggle and stretch and rotate your ankles and your wrists. Hug your right knee to your chest. And then your left knee. Hug both knees to your chest. Rock from side to side. You should feel really good on your lower back. And then whenever you're ready, roll to the side. Make a pillow out of your bottom arm. Stay here for 10 seconds. And then whenever you're ready, use your top hand to bring yourself up to seated. Try not to round your back while you're moving. Unmute yourself, everybody. I'm going to cancel the spotlight. I am going to put everyone on gallery so I get to see everybody. Lucky me.
There we go.
And make an announcement before we close that on the 27th, Thursday the 27th, Kathy won't be able to be here. Her husband is having cataract surgery. She's going to hold his hand, which is only fair. And so anyway, I'm looking for someone who could be a model. So just let me know if you're interested. Go ahead and bring your hands to your heart. Press really hard, strong. This transition. Release the pressure. And then go ahead and lift your occipital ridge on the back of the skull. Lift it up and over. C1, nodding, bowing to each other, honoring each other, and seeing the light in each other and knowing that we are one light. We're going to close the class by bowing to each other and saying to each other, Namaste.
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 Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.